Hello, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with me today at the Librarian Agenda. My name is Kate. On this channel, we are going through all the planners and productivity systems so we can find out what works best for us. And today I am sharing my secret weapon when it comes to leveling up my life and accomplishing my goals, and that is the Lavendaire Artist of Life guided journal. So if you're not familiar with Lavendaire, it is a brand created by a woman named Eileen, who is a content creator, and she owns a small business that sells stationery. So she's always been really focused on stationery and personal growth on her channels. And the stationery in her store is super cute, but this is like the flagship product. This Artist of Life book. This is the 8th edition. This is my 3rd year using it. So this year I chose Sage. It is available in another colorway, lavender. It's a different colors every year. I chose Sage because I thought it would be more neutral. So they have photos and things, different colorways, and I just gravitated towards this colorway. So this isn't a goal planning system. Like, this isn't going to help you figure out how to like map out and break down your goals and like create action plans. I mean, it is going to help you think about that kind of stuff, but it's not like the plan. So usually for actually carrying out my goals, I use the 12-week year system. And I found that to be super effective for me. This is not a goal achievement system. Its purpose is really to make you delve deep to discover where you are at any time during the year or at the start of the year, so you can really figure out like how to best focus your energy. I've tried a lot of different goal setting tools. I've tried Power Sheets, I've tried Moxie Life, and this I just found to be better for me. Moxie Life, I do believe, is a really great goal setting system. The problem for me is, I was buying it, like I said, this is my 3rd year. I think I tried Moxie Life like 4 years ago, maybe like 2018. At the time when I tried them, they were only selling the planner with the goal setting system inside. And I am the kind of person, I like to take my planner with me on the go. That planner was thick. So it was like a 7x9 planner, and it was super thick. It was very, very heavy. You could not carry it with you. And I do not need like all my prep work, like all my introspective goal planning prep work to come with me wherever I go. And so I found this to be like just better for me to have as like a reference rather than something that I need to take with me everywhere. So you can see when you open it up, it has a little bit about Aileen and her socials, all that. I think, yeah. So shoplavendaire.com if you want to learn more about this workbook. That's where you would go. I am not an affiliate. I'm just a fan. I'm just sharing a tool that works for me. So go and check it out. Every year they come out in about early November or maybe late October, and they retail at about $38 regular cost. But there are 2003 editions available for like $20 or $23. It's cheap. And to be honest, the content doesn't change that much from year to year. And there are going to be like little places inside where it's going to refer to, the current year or the previous year, and it's going to use the date. But if you're savvy with stickers, that won't be a big deal. So if you want to try it out on the cheap, get the 2023. Just want to go through like a little flip through so you can get a feel of this. I just got this in the mail earlier this week. So I opened it up to make sure everything was cool, but I haven't delved into it yet. I'll probably be starting as soon as possible because I like to get ready for the next year. I like to be like ready on January 1st. So, and because I use the 12-week year, there is like a period of rest. So I'm coming up on the end of my Q4 12-week year. And I do have like a rest period there. So like I'm winding down for the year. So it does have instructions on how to use this workbook and like the basics of how to use it, and how you can keep yourself accountable, or you can join her online community if you want. I don't do this, but I'm sure it's helpful if you're someone who needs that extra accountability. There are like inspirational quotes and different beautiful like floral pictures throughout. So the first thing you're going to do is wrap up your current year. So you're going to think about 2023, your highlights and accomplishments, the things to be proud of. You're going to think about what worked, and you're going to think about what didn't work. And one of the things that I like about the Lavendaire system here is that it's not a toxic positivity system. It's not going to be a system that's all rah, rah, rah. Let's pretend like there's nothing wrong or there's no obstacles and, you know, girl boss, you can do it. It has parts of it that really delve into what is holding you back. You know, how can you change your mindset? What are those negative self-beliefs? And it really doesn't shy away from that. You'll see. So what did you learn? How did my life evolve? Who made a difference in my life and why? What about 2023 am I most grateful for? And all moments of joy that you experienced in 2023. So again, positive focus, but it's not all positive. This is really pretty. And then you're ready to get into welcoming 2024. So you have a theme for the year. So that could be like your word of the year or phrase. And then what are you going to do to embody this theme, right? How do you want to feel? How do you want to evolve? What do you want to release? So what are the things in your life that you want to let go of? Because letting go of them will help you get even further closer to your dreams. So they want you to create a vision board, but there is no space in here to create that vision board. So you could take it to digital and do it on Canva or Pinterest or whatever. But there is no, unless you want to cover this page with different images, there's no like blank page. Then there's the current me versus future me. So she always has like little examples of drawings that you can do. But to me, if you are not a doodler, not a drawer, you could do a list. You could do a collage. You can do, like, it doesn't have to be, like, don't get hung up on this. If you are not a drawer, it does not have to be like this. Word cloud, mind mapping, word cloud, you know, it does not have to be a drawing. So then you do get into some of the more like introspective workbook aspects of this. So you're going to really think about yourself. What are your values? What are your passions? What are your strengths? What are your motivations? And maybe you're sitting there and thinking like, this is not something that I would have to do every year, but you would be surprised at how this changes from year to year. You really would be, because you learn more, you grow, you have different experiences. And so things that seemed important to you in 2021 are not necessarily the things that are important to you in 2024. Success to me is, a fulfilling life looks like 10 things I love about myself. So there is a little bit of like hyping you up, which is good. Mindset refresh. So you look at each of these questions and think about how you relate to them. And then you're supposed to reflect on your answers and think about how you can change how you believe about yourself. So what does your negative self-talk usually sound like? Most of us do have some negative self-talk, and it is good to think about that and reflect about that and try to find the roots of it so you can combat it with the positive beliefs that you're going to choose to adopt instead. This part is going to let you think about how you can prioritize your own self-care. So this is really kind of important, because if you're not taking care of yourself, it's going to be harder to achieve your goals. So like, how can you start prioritizing your well-being and doing what's best for you? What are your ideal self-care habits? What areas of my life do I tend to ignore? What promises will I make to myself to protect my energy? What are the activities that bring me the most joy? This is really good to think about, because it's if you're somebody who is always checking your work emails on the weekend and you're not doing the activities that bring you the most joy, you are going to have a lopsided work-life balance. I know perfect balance is almost impossible to achieve, but like these questions help you get closer. Here's a section for designing your habits. What are your ideal habits? Why? Why do they add value? So if your ideal habit is that you want to work out every morning at 5 a.m. Why? Like you really think about your why, because it's easy to say, my goal is that I'm going to wake up early and I'm going to work out every single day. But if you don't think about why, you're not having that motivation factor. So habits break. Why? What will this bring me? Then committing to your habits, your morning routine, your evening routine, weekly habits. Then some advice on tracking your consistency. Then you get to delve into your 2024 goals. So you do have areas. It breaks your life down into areas. It's kind of sort of like the Hal Enron, or is it Elrod? Hal Elrod, I think. Level 10 life. So like he does the Miracle Morning and he talks about that there. So a lot of goal setting systems use a level 10 life or a version of level 10 life to help you think about like where you can make improvements. So the areas that you're going to be focusing on here is like, what is your dream life? What would be your best year? And then like it really breaks it down to different aspects of your life, like health, relationships, career, school, personal growth, money, home, creative, spiritual, all that kind of stuff. So your dream life. So like what is the ultimate? Like what are you working towards long term? What would make 2024 your best year? Health, how you want your body to feel, what routines should you have? Relationships, who are the most important people in your life? What kind of people / relationships do you want to invite into your life? What can you do to create deeper, more fulfilling relationships? And I like this because I feel like it's more inclusive than some systems I've seen that are like spouse, partner, and they don't necessarily include your friendships or your familial relationships. Like, what are your relationships with your sibling? Or like, what if you're, what if the person who's like your ride or die isn't your spouse, but your sister? Like, so this is, I like how this is like more inclusive to different lifestyles. Career, and again, you could use this for school. Personal growth. What would you like to learn this year? Money, always, unfortunately, always important. Home, so your environment wherever you live. So this could be, if you're a student, this could be even your dorm. What you want it to feel like, what areas could be improved. You live in an apartment, you rent, you own your own home, whatever your environment is. Creativity and play, and I like that play and creativity is an important aspect in this planner. So you really get to think about, what am I doing for leisure? How am I taking that time for myself? How am I letting my mind play? I like that. Spirituality, and this could be whatever religion. The prompts are vague enough that you can really use it for almost any religion. So your 2024 main goals, why and how. So the area of life, your main goal for that area. Why do you want to accomplish that? Again, that's important. That's your motivation. But also important is, how are you going to accomplish it? So I think one of the things that the mistakes that they make during goal setting, you make like a New Year's resolution and you're like, okay, I'm going to get a promotion this year. Okay. How? How are you going to get a promotion this year? What is your plan? What are you going to do? What are you going to do weekly? What are you going to do daily? Like, how are you working towards that goal? A lot of times people just say things and don't really come up with an action plan. So the how is extremely important. To me, this is not enough space for my how. So I might be like, refer to notebook blank on page whatever for my actual plan. Bucket list. So these are things that you want to do before 2025. And it could be like big things, small things. It could be like cooking a new dish. It could be like, I want to take a whole weekend where I'm not on social media. It could be, I want to learn how to do a headstand. It could be like whatever. But this is kind of another way where you're adding in the stuff that, like, yeah, maybe learning how to make authentic Norwegian pancakes is not like a major life goal, but like it is still a goal. It is still something you want to accomplish. So like put it on your list. If there's something you want to experience, you want to ride a specific roller coaster at a specific theme park, put it on this list and like create your own like wonderful year, whatever that means to you. It doesn't always have to be, I'm going to pay off all my debt. I'm going to go to grad school. It can be those smaller things that you want to accomplish. So there is a section in here for how you would create your ideal world. So like say you're somebody whose values include sustainability, or you know, you care passionately about the homeless or whatever. You can put these changes that you want to see in the world and how you want to contribute to that change. And I think that this is a really nice, important inclusion, because a lot of us do have things that we are passionate about, things that we want to see change in the world. And this really lets us like kind of put our money where our mouths are and like make it part of our main goal planning. So then you get into this section where you're thinking more about like how you're going to create these goals, how you're going to stay committed, what is your plan, how can you be kinder to yourself. A little section here for comparison to inspiration. So like say there's somebody on social media, you're like, I need to have her life. Like, why? But like also, how can you take what it is that you see her doing or see and like implement it in your own life? So instead of having that FOMO, having that like, oh my God, why is she so perfect and I'm such a mess? How can you draw inspiration instead of feeling like you are less than? Here is a section on eliminating excuses. So think about your roadblocks or your fear or whatever, and like how can you take that and instead of allowing that to be a barrier, what you can do instead. And then it's time to jump in to like the main annual part of the planner. So like here you have some resources. There's a book list. Definitely do agree with Big Magic. That's really good, especially if you're somebody who is a creative person. Different apps you could use. She has her own planner. She has her own podcast. So like a lot of this is, you know, the resources that she offers, which is fine. And now we go into your year at a glance. So this is to help you really kind of plot out how you're going to manifest your goals. So like say, for example, you are starting a new semester of school in February, right? Or at the end of January. And you know that January, February, March, April, and May are going to be very heavy with schoolwork. Maybe you don't want to put in an additional like super intensive goal into this section here. Or you're going on a big trip in June, or you're going to be moving in September, whatever. Like it helps you kind of plot out so you already know what's going on so you can realistically plot out your goals. Then there's a quarter breakdown. As a quarterly planner, this is like my favorite part, my favorite section. So it's like, what are you going to focus on in the next quarter? What are your goals and your projects? Break down your action steps by month. Then here you have a self-reflection wheel. This is the tool that's that level 10 life tool that you see in a lot of different goal planners. And then here you can reflect on where are you unbalanced. So every month in this planner is the same. So you get your January goals and what is your inspiration for January? What are your main goals? What are some mini goals? Then breaking it down week by week, what is your action plan? You have a habit tracker here. there's a daily tracker here that you can use to track whatever. It's kind of vague, and you can make your own little graphs, and you can use different color pens to track different things, whatever you want it to be. Here's a little gratitude journal. Then there is a section for review. Review is very important. Without review, you can't really figure out how you can improve. So if you're struggling to achieve certain goals, you're not going to figure out how to fix that struggle without reviewing what went wrong and what you can do better. So here are your highlights. What did you learn? What are you proud of? How can you improve? And then it's the same for every month. And there's a section for every month. And at the end of the quarter, you have a quarterly review. So you're going to celebrate your wins. You're going to reflect on how did you do on your Q1 goals? How has your life evolved over the past 3 months? What are the biggest lessons you've learned? What are you most excited about moving forward? And then you jump right into Q2. At the end of the book, there is a section for a year-end review. So it's kind of like the Q4 review. And then you have a section for journaling or notes. You do have, she gives you ideas for how to use these pages. She gives you some journal prompts, but you have like a good 20-ish pages of notes. Some of them are dot grid, some of them are lined. Each book does come with 2 ribbon bookmarks. So this is good for if you want to keep like one on your habit tracker and one on your quarter, like, or, you know, whatever it is you're wanting to track or have easy access to. So that's it. That is the Artist of Life workbook for 2024. Like I said, this is my secret weapon for really digging into my goals and improving my life. And I highly recommend this product. I've been using it. Like I said, this is my 3rd year. So if you want to learn more, hop on to shoplavendaire.com and you can read more about it there. Pretty sure she definitely has her own videos going through it. And that's it. Yeah, so do you have a goal setting system that works for you? Please let me know in the comments. If you stayed all the way to the end of this video, thank you very much. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.